how do I gamify my surrender? That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying to think of ways to gamify this surrender. That's where we're at. So the dream that I'm dreaming at the moment is this ongoing and evolving dream of surrender. It's one that I've been moving through for the past couple of years, and it keeps on resurfacing, and it's resurfaced in a big way last year, actually, to remind me that I hadn't fully integrated the lessons from the previous year and, the years before that. And there's been a lot of challenge in this journey of surrender. This journey of surrender is being met with real fierce opposition from the nervous system, from the ego, from all parts of me. Like, so many parts of me just say, no, we're holding on. We can do this. We can figure it out. The parts of me that are holding on are like the doomed captains of a ship that's going to go down. It's like desperately trying to maneuver at the last minute. It's like, we can do it. We can escape. It's like, no, you're fine. Like, you can escape. You can escape into surrender. Those parts of me can escape into surrender now. They can just be, and they can just let down in the heart. They can just be. There is no need to rush. There is no need to force. There is no need to hurry. All of those parts of me, which have been trying to steer the equivalent of their own doomed vessels, are completely safe. But in order to hold those pieces, there needs to be some kind of structure, right? Because that's the metaphor. How do we extend this? How do we actually make it practical and applicable? So what's come to me on my journey is, I have issues with transition. I have issues somewhat with structure, somewhat not. Like, I do really crave structure, but find it rigid, and also love the novelty of new ideas. So I've kind of got this combination going on, a little bit of ADHD, high-functioning autism. And now I'm witnessing it. I'm like, okay, I see this. I don't punish myself. How do I work through this as a piece? How do I bring support in order for me to surrender? Because there's some of those neurodivergent pieces which are causing the rigidity, which is not allowing me to surrender in this moment. That was a big piece that came up for me a few weeks ago. And it's one I've yet to integrate, but it's one which, it's just there. It's just in the undercurrents. It's just doing its thing. I need to step into being a loving parent. I need to step into being, the accountable one. I need to step into the duty of care of being, somewhat a support worker to myself. And the way that I'm kind of coming to this right now is, I had a day today where I was super tired. I got to sleep late last night. Despite my best efforts, I was just awake all night. I was wired. Went to sleep in the wrong way, and I set myself up in the wrong way today. Long story short, I was kind of like, when you're in that mode when you're just like super tired, and maybe your cognition's gone, and you're just like forcing through it. And it's kind of this agitated but numbed out tiredness. It was one of those days. I eventually got going, but I reflected afterwards, after I finished my work and doing what I was doing, that wasn't a very good place to be in today. I'm like, I'm kind of done with this. Like, it doesn't need to be this way anymore. So I asked myself, how do I hold this expression of surrender? I was like, maybe it's just as easy as just keeping a track of how many days I'm able to surrender. Maybe it's just that simple. Maybe that's the structure. Because this surrender requires some sort of structure. For me, for my expression of surrender where I'm at right now. So I'm like, how do I provide that supporting structure? How do I make it somewhat of a novelty so I come into it and I engage with it? How do I make it interesting? How do I gamify my surrender? That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying to think of ways to gamify this surrender. That's where we're at. So there's 7 days in a week. I could, potentially, just give myself a little scorecard and see how many days I managed to surrender. It could be a thing. In fact, I think that probably is the thing. I think that is the thing. Now, to do that, there's also another duty of care. there's a need for me not to step into the Punisher, into this ruthless CEO, which lives inside of me, like slave driving me towards surrender, which is one of the most ridiculous spiritual ironies I've come up with in a while. But in those ironies, there are great lessons. Spiritual irony has taught me so much recently. There's great comedy in it. If one can see the irony in the journey, it allows the capacity for greater comedic expressions, basically. It lets you fucking laugh. It's let me laugh a lot. Like, I've laughed so much at the insanity of the journey, just like how ludicrous it is sometimes, in the most loving way, you know. It's like, oh my God, like, am I really in this place? Is this thing that's been eluding me all this time really just like this oxymoron, this paradox? Is it just like a piece of irony? Is that what it is? And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'm all down for spiritual irony. I welcome the comedy. I welcome the synchronicities. I welcome the ahas in whatever way they come. I welcome it all. I welcome myself. I welcome my heart. I welcome my mind. If I don't want to completely get rid of the mind, I welcome the mind as well. I welcome the belly. I welcome my blood, my bones, my bone marrow. I welcome my skin. I welcome my touch, my taste, my hearing, my smell, my sight. I welcome my nervous system. I welcome my respiratory system. I welcome my meridian system, my chakra system. I welcome this physical body, my light body, my DNA, my light body DNA. I welcome my ears. I welcome my eyes. I welcome this mouth. I welcome these teeth. I welcome my tongue, my hands. I welcome my beautiful hair. I welcome all of me. I allow all of me. I love all of me. I be with all of me. I love me. Why not? Who else is going to do it? I love me. I love you, Sam. I love you, Sam. It's a love game, baby. It's a love game. It's a love game. It's a love game. I'm not even getting anywhere close to nailing that, sorry. Yeah. That's the dream. The dream is surrender. Like, what a juicy fucking dream. Like, to be held, to be cradled by oneself. How about that? Like, to be fully held by yourself. Like, no insecurity. Fully secure. Like, fully secure. Imagine if you was fully fucking secure. What a trip that would be. Imagine being fully fucking secure. It's wild. That's a wild ride. It is in my world. At least it is now.